The vacation shirt is out, so you know what that means. Welcome back to Grant's Pilot Advice. It's May now as I'm filming this video, and that means we're starting to get into summer. The weather is hotter, and that requires us as pilots to think about how our flights are going to be affected. Just like in my icing video this past winter, Grant's Pilot Advice is here to deliver seasonal advice to keep you nice and cool when things get hot. Thunderstorms are a common obstacle everywhere in the summer, with dangers that are well documented and understood. I intend to focus on how summer weather can lead to thunderstorms. Summer afternoons contain the perfect conditions for convective activity. A thunderstorm needs moisture, unstable air, and lifting action to form. Warm air contains more moisture and is inherently unstable, while convection causes that warm air to rise, cooling to its dew point, creating cumulonimbus clouds, and in turn, your garden variety air mass thunderstorms. Air mass thunderstorms cannot be accurately forecast, but are not particularly severe or long-lasting. The National Weather Service issues a convective outlook, which can identify areas where convective activity is likely to occur. For more severe or widespread convective activity, like squall lines or embedded thunderstorms, the National Weather Service issues convective SIGMETs. There's so much to talk about with thunderstorms, but I'll leave you with this for now. If you see thunderstorms on radar or while walking on the ramp, don't go flying. If you're in the air and see a thunderstorm, give it some space. Additionally, you can check out the linked advisory circular for some more information about thunderstorms. Another consideration in the summer is reduced aircraft performance. The main opponent to aircraft performance is air density. As the air gets hotter, the air density decreases. This means that there are fewer air molecules in a given volume. Fewer air molecules leads to less air flowing over the wings and less air flowing into the engine. This means the wings create less lift and the engine creates less power. Simply put, more air is more better and less air is less better. We can quantify the air density by finding the density altitude. Density altitude is defined as pressure altitude corrected for non-standard temperature. This is the altitude that the airplane feels like it's flying. If you're at sea level, but the density altitude is 2,000 feet, the airplane is going to perform like it's at 2,000 feet. That's all great, but how does density altitude actually affect aircraft performance? The performance charts in the pilot's operating handbook show different values depending on the air temperature, and it can be easily seen that higher temperatures have a negative impact on aircraft performance. This results in increased takeoff and landing distances, as well as reduced climb performance. Focusing on the engine, warm weather requires more diligent attention to properly leaning the fuel-air mixture. Leaving the mixture at full rich can cause too much fuel to be mixed with the hot, less dense air. This leads to an overly rich mixture, which cannot be completely or efficiently ignited, reducing power output. Eventually, the partially or unburned fuel sticks to the spark plugs, causing the plugs to be fouled. Carbon-fouled plugs can further reduce engine performance or even lead to an engine failure. Be sure to properly lean the fuel-air mixture in cruise and on the ground, following the manufacturer guidelines in the pilot's operating handbook. Last but most certainly not least is how heat affects the human body. I talked a little about this in my recent video about physical fitness for pilots. Prolonged exposure to sun and heat can cause you to sweat, leading to dehydration. Make sure you drink lots of water before, during, and after your flight. Like I mentioned in that video, sports drinks are good for replenishing electrolytes, but the sugars in them can dry out your mouth, leading to further dehydration. Sun exposure can also have negative effects on your skin. The windshield does little to block the heat and UV rays from the sun, which can lead to sunburn or much worse. A viewer on my fitness video mentioned that pilots are at a higher risk for skin cancer. There are many research papers and studies about this, and I've linked one in the description below. The point is, use sunscreen when you fly to protect your skin. I personally apply sunscreen to my face and any exposed skin in the morning, and then I reapply throughout the day. Flying in the summer brings flights to vacation destinations and to activities with friends. However, just like in the winter, there are some risks which must be accounted for. Keep yourself cool and safe this summer and enjoy some of that good flying weather. Finally, thanks to my fellow instructors for your contributions to this video. It's much appreciated. If you have any questions, leave them below. Leave a like on this video and share to help other pilots this summer. Subscribe to my channel and check out another video. Thanks so much for watching. Fly safe and never stop learning.